Chapter 807. Ticking these people down was just a piece of cake. Right after Wilbur left, Belinda went over to the president's office. Germ Donner, the bank president, a rotund man in his 50s, was currently flipping through a document. He frowned at the sight of Belinda. "Why didn't you knock? Come on, Mr. Donner," Belinda cooed, closing the door. She sat down next to Germ, clutching his arm and rubbing her chest against it. "That Corey Hunlip's back again. This time with a young man who threatened us to have everything they need prepared in 3 days or someone's going to jail." Germ put the document down at once, his expression growing solemn. He knew about this loan better than anyone else. Someone had stolen Corey and his wife's identities to take out the loan. This thief was someone Germ himself knew and had profited off of greatly in the past. Now, however, the thief had run off. The loan remained, however, and there is nothing to do but to have Corey bear the loan. Germ had taken advantage of a great deal of his connections to get this case through a few departments, having Corey's house sealed off for auction. Germ was certain that as long as he managed to squeeze out whatever money Corey had left and also sell his house off, there would at least be some money going into the bank. After draining Corey of everything, the loan would just be written off as bad debt and Germ would be able to get off scot-free. This was because Corey would not be able to pay anymore, and Germ would have fulfilled his duty of trying his best to collect payment. It seemed, however, like the bastard wasn't quite playing according to Germ's plan. The thought made Germ say, "Tell Jay and Toss to teach Corey and the guy he came with a lesson, beat some sense into them. Those bastards." "Sure, but I really think you should be careful. That guy seems like he knows what he's doing," Belinda said. Germ sneered. "Does he? Well, I've been in banking for all these years, and have friends all over the Seachertown business industry. I think I can handle some punk trying to mess with me." "That's true. I was just saying it anyways," Belinda said, rubbing even harder. Germ reached over in a firm grope, growling at her, "You little slut. I'll show you." Both of them fell onto the sofa after that. Wilbur brought Corey and his family back to Sea Lake Island, crossing the bridge. Charles bowed at the sight of him. Wilbur stopped. "How's your recovery?" "I'm fine now. Thank you, sir," Charles said. Wilbur nodded his head. "The next time someone breaks into the island, don't stop them. Just call me or leave it to Chester and the rest." "Yes, sir." Charles stared as Wilbur headed onto the island with everyone else, letting out a long sigh. Charles had gone through a roller coaster of events recently, and he felt like he had entered a new world altogether. Wilbur seemed like a god to him, and he was no more than a speck of dust. Yes, it was Charles' luck that the wind kicked up from Wilbur's steps and was able to lift Charles off the ground. If Charles was lucky enough to land on Wilbur's shoes, he would have the glorious opportunity to be taken forward. This job was Charles' only priority now. He behaved as if he was a disciple of Wilbur, faithful, and dedicated his life to Wilbur.